I guess the first question would be, why all of this focus on love and marriage?
Well, there's many reasons for that. I would say initially I wanted to be married since I was 15 years old. And I'm not exactly sure why, except my parents, I was happy to live in the family that I was in, and I wanted to get on with my life, and I felt like marriage was so noble. It was still in the culture that way. When I was born, 75% of houses in America had a husband, a wife, and children.
Wow.
Of course, today it's like 41%. It's not even normative. It's tragic.
And you're not even that old.
Thanks
you're
a lot.
You're a young
I was born in the mid-60s. I was born in the mid-60s.
Wow.
And it was just normal. I remember playing in my neighborhood. I knew all the neighbors. I walked to school. It's a mile to school. I walked on the sidewalks. It was no problem. This is L.A. And there was a liquor store on the way that sold great bubble gum and baseball cards. And, and I would save my money so I could get my bubble gum and get baseball cards. It just wasn't a worry. Our schools, I went to public school and elementary school. They were always unlocked. We played there on the weekends. No prisons, no big gates around them. It was just normal. That was normal. Nothing went on Sundays. I played sports my whole life. Never would any sport team have dreamed to have a practice or a game on a Sunday morning.
Wow.
Verboten. It would never have happened. And it didn't happen. So marriage was normal. I remember going in and out of my friends' families. I didn't have friends whose parents were divorced. We were normal people, but that was normal. Today, that's not normal at all. When I moved into my house in downtown Riverside many, many years ago, in 1998, I went onto the computer to find out how many sex offenders were nearby. They have that, I don't know, Megan's Law website or whatever it's called. 80 within a 2-mile radius. 80 within
terrifying.
a 2-mile radius. Yeah, it's really, my kids obviously don't play outside like I did. And many, many homes the majority of homes don't have married couples in them anymore. But I knew marriage was from God. And when I went off to college, I asked my dad, can I get married? And he said, no. I said, why? I said, I'm ready. I'm 15. I was 6'1" at the time. I felt like, hey, I was ready to go. He didn't discourage me. He just said, look, you gotta get your stuff together. So when I went to college, I was very blessed. The first day of my second year in college, the first day of my wife's first year, I made myself available to be a servant, to help all the young ladies who were coming in, all the freshman girls were moving into the freshman dorm, and there was no elevator, and they were on the 3rd floor. So I wanted to be of service. So I helped. I spent the whole day moving luggage up. It also gave me the opportunity, of course, to meet all these young ladies. And in our school, I went to a school called Westmont up in Santa Barbara. In the
beautiful school.
It is a beautiful school. Freshmen are not allowed to have cars. So I was a sophomore. I had a car. Matter of fact, I had a pickup truck, which could contain many human beings. And so I came back at the end of that day, and I asked the girls, I just went up and down their hall, and I said, look, you're new to town. If you'd like to go downtown and see downtown Santa Barbara, I'm very happy to buy frozen yogurt for any of you. I knew the soft spot. yeah, I knew the soft spot. What do you know?
This sounds like an indiscriminate approach. Just like ask them all at once
That's
and
what
see what happens.
It was effective, though. It was effective. 13 girls took me up on it, and I very happily drove them down to downtown Riverside, bought all of their frozen yogurt. One of them, so stubborn, she refused to let me pay. And when she went back and I dropped all the girls off, she put her money in my glove compartment, and that was it. That's the first time I noticed my wife. Fast forward to March the 17th, the feast day of St. Patrick of Ireland. She went out with me finally on a date. My parents were coming to town. We went out to dinner together, which was wonderful. 1 year later, on March 17th of the next year, I asked her to marry me, and she consented, and we got married May 22nd, 2 months later, and we've been married for 37 plus years. And marriage has been such a path for the development of my heart and the overcoming of my weaknesses and passions. To see it in the scriptures and in the writings of the church fathers, marriage presented as something holy, as what the fathers call a path of salvation, it has grabbed my heart. The interest in it has grabbed my heart. And I began studying it very seriously when I was young in seminary. And then I decided to go and do a doctorate in theology under an Orthodox patrologist in the northern part of England at a university called the University of Durham. It's one of the three old universities, Oxford, Cambridge, and Durham in England. And I did a doctorate on St. John Chrysostom, and that's the volume I gave you, Marriage and Virginity, according to St. John Chrysostom. His vision for marriage as a mystery and as a holy sacrament and as a means of saving mankind and making a person godlike and fit for God's presence forever. His vision is what's really inspired me.